morning, everybody. Happy Tequila Tuesday and welcome to the morning tea. I'm your girl, Alex Schiffman, and I am joined by the amazing and wonderful Courtney Revolution. How you doing, Courtney?
Good morning, Alex Schiffman. Hey, everyone. I am Courtney Revolution, and welcome to the morning tea. I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there, girl, and I'm very happy to be here with you on Tequila Tuesday. How you doing, girl?
Yes, I am very excited because we have a lot of tea to spill today. I know everyone is very excited for our OMT story of the day, of course, about Cell Goddess. This is some tea that we are so excited to spill. But we have a great show. And of course, you know, we love talking about our tea tribe, and we want to hear, where are you guys watching from? We know we have fans all over the world, so let us know in the chat right now. If you're not putting crowns in for Selena, you're letting us know where you're watching from because we love to hear all about it. So, Courtney, how was your night? How was your Monday night?
It was a pretty good, very typical Monday night. I didn't do anything extravagant, which is actually very good for because I have a whole secret life that I don't tell y'all about publicly. And I didn't invest in that last night. So I took a night off from being the other me, and I was just myself last night. So it was good. How about you, girl? What you do last night?
You know, it's Monday, so Sunday is 90 Day Fiance. But if I'm doing something on Sunday, which I was at the beach, then I save it for my Monday nights. So I caught up on my 90 Day Fiance, did a little reality catch up. And then speaking of reality catch up, Courtney, did you hear the news about Garcelle?
Oh, yes, I did. Tell them about it, girl. Because I was very excited.
You got to hear about this. This is really, really exciting. Speaking of really, The Real adds Garcelle Beveau, of course, from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and from the Jamie Foxx show. You know Garcelle. We've talked about her on the show before. She just was announced as one of the official co-hosts for The Real. Of course, she's the latest addition after Tamra Mowry. Housley announced in July she was leaving the show. Hit like if you're excited for Garcelle. Of course, I know I've mentioned this on the show. She is absolutely a queen to me. Her sass with, mixed with her, sense of humor, and she's so well spoken. I absolutely love her, and I think that she's going to do an amazing job on The Real. How do you feel about this news, Courtney?
I think that it was an incredible day. I feel like some people have their own sort of idea and perception of who Garcelle is. But if you check out her podcast, you'll find out that is definitely something that you won't be listening with your kids to. I feel like she has a great point of view, and she's very opinionated. I feel like for a show like The Real, you can't just sit there and just deliver whatever they're talking about. To be part of that girl chat, you sort of have to have a point of view. And Garcelle definitely has a point of view. So I'm excited. I'm watching The Real now, girl. So I wasn't watching it like that. Now I'm going to start watching it. Garcelle, girl. Right?
I know, me as well. I also read in a report, like the producers said that her audition process was seamless. Like she, has this like gift of gab where she can just chat with anyone. She's funny. Yeah. She's clever. Has so much charm. And I really absolutely love her. And I love her new addition to the Housewives. But that brings me to my point. Do you think she's going to be on the Housewives next season with all this new news?
Yeah. Listen, I look at it this way, Alex. You have to have a storyline to be on Real Housewives. So, like, Garcelle can't just be... The big critique of her this season is Garcelle is always not in the scene because she's off working somewhere. The Real is in the morning. So she could do The Real and then kick it. Because The Real is on her side of town. You get what I'm saying? So, girl, she could kick it right on down to Studio City, girl, do The Real, and then head on Malibu if she want to expose Denise, girl. And do all the things. So I think that this will help her stay in the area so that she can be on the next season and even in a bigger capacity.
Yeah, that's a good point. She needs this kind of storyline added to her story because we haven't seen that much about Garcelle. Yeah.
Get that. You got some lipstick on your tooth, girl. Get that.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah.
What would I do without you? Thank you. See you across the way over there. Oh, I love you so much. But back to Garcelle. Hopefully she doesn't have any lipstick on her teeth when she hosts The Real because that would not be good for her. But this isn't the first time she's hosted a show. She was on Hollywood Today Live, which was on Fox. She co-hosted with Ross Matthews. And then she's actually not the first housewife in general to be a host, because Portia Williams was on The Dish. So this is kind of natural for the housewife to transition into host. So I absolutely love this. I love this so much. Right? It's some good news. So I'm looking over at the chat. We have people from all over, of course. I see your crowns. You guys are excited for the Selena and BLACKPINK news. Where's everyone watching from? From the Philippines. We have some people from Pittsburgh, a little town in Washington State. Love all of this. Charlotte, North Carolina, upstate New York. And our girl Mika has entered the chat right now from Nebraska. So I think we need a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleek. Miss Mika, she loves the tea. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Tequila Tuesday. To Mika, to all of the members of the tea tribe. Nice to meet y'all.
Yes. Good morning. Happy Tequila Tuesday to you, Mika, and the rest of the Tea Tribe. Ooh, we see some Tea Tribe members from Delaware, from Switzerland. Wesley, don't get ahead of ourselves. We'll get those ice cream cones in the chat, but let's wait till we get to our OMT. And while we're speaking of that, let's just talk about what we have on the show today, because we have a great show. Of course, Selena Gomez has us saying OMT, so stick around for that later in the show. But who else has us talking today? Well, Beyoncé does, because she has a new video release for Brown Skin Girl. We're also talking about girl groups. T-Tribe, you're going to have to let us know who your favorite girl group is. So while you're thinking of that, I'll let you know what else is on the show. We're going to talk about who's rumored on the next Dancing with the Stars season, some exciting new updates, rumored cast members, and BTS, some K-pop fans. They set a record on YouTube. This is amazing, beating out BLACKPINK, which is crazy. We have a lot of K-pop news on the show today. All that plus our couples Thera-Tea and KarJenner Tea Time, of course. So we have a great show for you today. And Courtney, it's about that time to pour up that hot water, because we need to get into this tea right now before we can spill our tequila at the end of the show. So what tea are we sipping today?
I got some green, girl, because we're going to get into some things. So I had to get some get them green today, girl.
Well, look, I have my New York mug today in honor of the Selena news and Serendipity, which we'll get to later in the show, because that's one of my favorite locations in New York. Yes. Cheers.
Cheers, girl. Damn.
Woohoo.
Yum.
All right. So let's get started with You Missed It. Of course, these are all the, stories you may have missed overnight or flown over your radar. First up, we're talking about James Charles giving JoJo Siwa a makeover and then receiving death threats. So this is pretty crazy. So, of course, if you missed it, our Hollyscoop host, Amy Cassandra Martinez, wrote a celeb bite about the makeover James Charles did on JoJo Siwa, which is incredible. If you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out after the show. But in some more disturbing news, listen to this, Courtney. James took to Twitter and revealed he was getting death threats. Thought he was teaming up with Ariana or Selena. Here's what James wrote. He said, quote, I said today's collab was with someone I waited 2 years to work with, and I was so excited for, and now I'm getting death threats because Stan Twitter assumed it would be their fave, and it wasn't. There are a ton of huge artists I'd love to film with one day. Be patient. So some of JoJo's fans were seriously shook. And then JoJo ended up doing her own JoJo Siwa makeover on James. It was pretty cute. He got the star on the eyes and everything. Here's James's makeover on JoJo. And then the reverse. Don't you love a, more mature JoJo look? I think she looks stunning. How do you feel about this, Courtney?
I think it looks great. Shout out to her. I feel like it's very much, JoJo Siwa stepping into her big girl pumps now, and it's about time. Especially personally, I'm just sick of people making fun of her for getting her bag. If JoJo Siwa wants to be a millionaire dressed like a mannequin out of Justice, they'll get her bag. I don't care if she's 50. Y'all kids are still paying for her. So I love it. Love her if she's getting her bag and dressed like she's 3. Love her if she's dressed. I mean, if she's done up like Nikki Tutorials. I love both. Shout out to her. She works hard.
She does work hard and she's super talented. And I really think that she's used this platform to be JoJo Siwa. I mean, she's JoJo with the Bobo, and the Bo has changed the world after JoJo. You know, like we all know the Bo because of her. So I think she's really made her stake. But I do love to see this new look. I love to see, you know, celebrities transform with different hairstyles and looks. So I was happy to see this. She also has a boyfriend now. So maybe that's kind of motivating her to get a new look. Who knows? But I love this. And I hate that James got death threats because this is just crazy news to me. Like, you know, he will get around to those collaborations that you're hoping for, but you should also, you know, love anything he does. Because
Alex, they were sending death threats because James didn't do their favorite, not because he's James Charles.
Yes.
Now,
crazy,
y'all,
right?
that is wrong. Stop it now. When James do something wrong, not saying send him death threats, but then y'all can go and teach him a lesson or show him your point of view, but certainly not because you want to see his artistry on someone that you love and respect. That's dumb.
I know. I know. It goes back to the point that people on the internet, social media in general, feel that they can just say anything and everything. And, you know, sending death threats, this is some serious things. Like, you guys have to remember, you know, and I'm saying you generically, that, you know, people on social media, you can't just say whatever you want. You know, this is serious. And he shouldn't receive death threats for just, you know, creating art on JoJo Siwa, someone that is equally powerful and has, you know, fans that will be exposed to his work as well. It makes total sense to me.
At the end of the day, it's his channel. Y'all can't make a creator do anything that they don't want to do all the time in general. So stop that, y'all.
Right. They can create whatever work they want to create. And speaking of creating work they want to create, our girl Queen Bee released a new video for Brown Skin Girl. And T-Tribe, if you haven't checked this out yet, go right after the show because this is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful visual. The fashion, the colors, of course, the song and the lyrics and the message behind the song, iconic. So, of course, it co-stars her daughter, Blue Ivy Carter. Beyoncé said that, quote, "It was so important to me in Brown Skin Girl that we represented all different shades of brown. We wanted every character to be shot in a regal light. It was very regal. It was important that we are all in this together and we're all celebrating each other." So the biggest excitement about this were the cameos. So Destiny's Child, Kelly Rowland, Naomi Campbell, Lupita Nyong'o, singers, of course, that she collabed with, St. John and Wizkid are also featured. And then Jen Nikiro directed the video. And many are wondering when it was actually filmed. Was this pre-pandemic or more recently? Because this was like a really, really well done video. And so people are wondering when it was filmed. I don't know, but I think this was very powerful. I watched it this morning before we went live, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was beautiful, and I loved it. How did you feel about this, Courtney? Did you check it out?
Yeah, I saw it. I love Beyonce just for the strength, just off of the strength of Beyonce letting little Black kids know that it's cool to be Black. So I'm glad that she took the extra time, whether it was pre-pandemic or post-pandemic or during pandemic, to sort of get this visual out. I'm very proud of her. Growing up, I can only think of, and this is just because in terms of I watched as a kid, the only artist or one of few artists that I can think of that was releasing music about loving yourself and all of your Blackness is like India Ari. For those of you guys that know India Ari, if it wasn't for India Ari strumming on that guitar, a little head wrap on, it might have been up until Beyonce that I saw something like this. From a major star like this. So exciting, thrilling, and encouraging from Beyonce.
Yeah. There's one shot in the video. Beyonce is in this black dress. It's like tulle kind of fabric. She has these braids and that dress.
Yes.
Oh my God. Amazing, right? I mean, that just stood out. That moment, you gotta just like pause and just take a breath, right?
I think Beyonce I feel like her talent like transcends just music. I think that it's always a music, a concept, a message. She's gonna buy whatever money can't in order to bring it to the screen, to bring it to life. And how can you dislike Beyonce? Or rather,
Right.
can you dislike Beyonce knowing the effort? You know what I mean? I'm all about the effort. Beyonce puts a lot of effort forth.
A lot of effort. Yes. I mean, just with her visual albums between, Black is King, the newest one, Lemonade, it's not just a music video. It's so much more than that for Beyonce. And that's why I absolutely love her, because it is a piece of art, everything she touches. And I think she does that so well. And I love all the cameos in the music video, because it's always fun to see some of your favorite, celebrities featured in other people's art. And one of the best ones, of course, is Kelly Rowland, because it brings us back to our Destiny Child days. And speaking of Destiny's Child, let's get into some of our favorite girl groups, because listen to this. So Billboard is doing this fun contest online, and they're basically asking everyone who their favorite girl group of all time is. So it sparked the discussion, of course, between you and I of some of our favorite girl groups. Who is your all-time favorite girl group, Courtney?
Alex, I don't think I have like an all-time favorite girl group, but I did really like the Spice Girls and really like Destiny's Child. Those two probably definitely stand out for me. What about you?
Yeah, of course, Spice Girls. I dressed up as Posh for Halloween. I, went to their concert. I absolutely love them. Destiny's Child, made up dances to every single one of their songs in my living room with my sister. TLC, of course. T-Tribe, let us know in the chat, who are some of your favorite girl groups? We love to hear it, because reminiscing about these brings back so many memories. I mean, the choreography that I made up would be embarrassing right now for me to perform for you, but I may have a song to every single Destiny's Child. And I mean, Wannabe, When Two Become One, any Spice Girls song, listen, I may dance to, right? Oh,
yeah,
see you in the
absolutely.
chat. Okay.
We don't have enough good girl groups these days, I feel like.
We don't. Little Mix, a lot of Little Mix, TLC, yeah. 3LW, the Supremes, oh, we're bringing it real back. Everyone's Destiny's Child. Ooh, we're all on the same page. I love it. Pussycat Dolls. That's a good one. Bringing it back.
Shout out to Pussycat Dolls. Where are they? That's the question.
Yeah.
Alex, because y'all got us hyped up, thinking that y'all were coming back. Y'all splashed around in the water like Magikarp for my Pokemon fans. And y'all dropped React, and then y'all hopped on Meghan Trainor's album for Genetics. And then it's been silent from the Cat Pound. So where are they? Where are they? It only take one of y'all to sing. So where are they? I just want to know.
I know.
Because
I
feel like even with Corona going on, like y'all could get in the room, put a mask on until you enter it, splash around, roll around, get on the pole, jump up on the scaffolding, throw a kick up, and then like it only takes a few moments.
Well, I do know where
like I feel like all these people coming out with music, where's Pussycat Dolls? Goodbye. It's no excuses. I don't want to hear excuses this year. If Dua Lipa can drop one of the best albums of this year, along with Lady Gaga, I'm just not trying to hear it, Alex, because they have both proven that y'all don't need some crazy expensive video, or promo, or press to just deliver a good product. And I feel like y'all lazy, period.
Well, let me just tell you, Courtney, that I do know where Nicole Scherzinger is, because she is all over TikTok doing every dance. I mean, I have seen her scrolling. Let me just tell you, she's working it on TikTok. So if you're feeling a little sad and want to see your Pussycat Dolls, I'll tell you where Nicole is. She is rocking a little 5, 6, 7, 8 on TikTok. Brittany Harrington saying the Pussycat Dolls, Danity Kane, Little Mix, Escape. Oh, Escape. Alex R, Salt and Pepper. Oh, we're bringing it back. I love this. Fifth Harmony. Okay, some past groups. We know that they've broken up since then. Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, they're all kind of doing their own thing. Okay, well, you know, we love our little. Karina says a pinch of Spice Girls and a dash of Pussycat Dolls, and add in a little mix. All right, we got a
I can feel that. I feel like Little
full-blown
Mix.
girl group.
Once again, y'all gotta slap somebody. Y'all gotta do something. Maybe how about this? If it can't be drama within the group, can y'all like? They gotta do something. They gotta pull some sort of stunt, not because they're untalented, but because they have to. In my opinion, from where I stand, it doesn't have to be anything extra. They just need to do something to get their name out in the news. Can one of them fall? Remember when Carrie Underwood, I think it was, Carrie fell. Alex, I don't know if you remember. Carrie Underwood fell.
Yeah.
And she was putting out news that she was disfigured. I'll never forget it. I watched Wendy, and Wendy was like, so Carrie Underwood fell, and it appears she's disfigured, and what is she going to look like when she comes back? And when she came back, ain't nothing was wrong, Alex. She looked completely fine. But what a good way to get your name back out into the news so we could talk about you. So we could talk about Wasabi. So we could talk about Black Magic and all the other good hits that they put out. I just want them to win. And it just seems like if it ain't no pinch of negativity attached, the girls don't care. And it's unfortunate.
Right.
Like Jessie J.
No, I hear you. Wesley says Mystical is hollering in TikTok. Yes. I mean, those moves are pretty good. Let me just tell you. But speaking of moves, let's talk about this Dancing with the Stars news, because a lot of the cast or rumored cast has been revealed. So I wonder if any of those songs will be seen on this new season of Dancing with the Stars. We know the show, of course, will have a new host, Tyra Banks, and they said there's going to be a lot of changes. And I know we've kind of talked about this on the show before, but are you excited to see Tyra as the host? And what do you think? What kind of changes do you think is going to happen?
Well, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, truthfully, Alex. I think I've tuned in maybe once or twice when like Nene was on, or maybe like Wendy was on, maybe something like that. In terms of what changes, to me, it's a very standard. Y'all go out and shake, 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 and then they tens across the board or not, right? Is that not the premise of the show? So what else is there to change? Is social media gonna play a part? Like Tyra did that one, America's Next Top. My friend was on, and I hated that season because she would have won if it wasn't for social media. Do you think they'll do that? Is that part of it? Do people?
Well, you can vote in. You can vote in, and there's social media involved, so they already have that aspect to it. I think they're going to add some new genres. I think just having, Tyra, the diva, the smize, I think there'll be a whole different vibe to the show. But, she's not new to hosting, so I think that naturally she's going to kill it. And I think that it'll still be very entertaining and will be great. So I'm excited to see the changes. But we got to talk about some of the rumored cast members. So sources tell E! News that the celebs that are rumored to be on is Carole Baskin. Any Tiger King fans? We're still talking about Carole Baskin. Chrishell Stause, Selling Sunset. Courtney, she is rumored to be on the show. And then Anne Heche. Yeah. Anne Heche, who actually dated Ellen in the past, previously. And then the only two that have been confirmed, this is exciting, is AJ McLean from Backstreet Boys and then former Bachelorette Caitlin Bristowe are the only ones that are confirmed. But the rest are rumored. So what do you think about, a Carole Baskin on the show? I don't know that Carole Baskin can dance. Do you think she's going to bring some tigers? Some backup dancers?
I'm not sure, Alex. What I am sure of is I won't be watching. However, I am excited because I know that the Tiger King hype will definitely be on its way out once Carole makes Dancing with the Stars stage, which is why I'm a little as to why Miss Chrishell is on the show. I feel like you kind of go on Dancing with the Stars when your career needs a ventilator. So is Selling Sunset doing all right, y'all, or what? Y'all know better than I do. So y'all think Adam DeVello was signing them papers to cancel the show or what? Because why is Miss Chrishell on Dancing with the Stars? It seems to be her career is just fine.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I think, maybe Selling Sunset, it's actually doing really well. So, but maybe in the back of her mind, her publicist says, you know, this is your time to shine. So why not take out all the reality shows and the opportunities that come your way? Like, this is your moment.
I think maybe this is Chrishell's just in general, her comeback moment, because the show is fake, right? So you got to think. So the show is fake. Chrishell is basically Eileen from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, soap actress star, and now all of a sudden she woke up one day and said, you know what? There's a lot of downtime between memorizing lines every single day of my life. Now it's time to sell homes, magically TV on Netflix. So it's just a Chrishell revamp. Is this a really good PR person? Because I think if I were a PR person or a manager, I would be setting Chrishell up to do a whole bunch of stuff like this. I would be like, "Ooh, girl, you could be Lauren
Yeah.
For the fall time, girl." So I can see it. I just don't want to see a lot of people that we know currently on Dancing with the Stars. Like, we need some D-listers, some has-beens. I won't name any names because we know that there's a lot of celebrities that are upset when you call them D-list, girl. I won't get into what happened on Twitter yesterday, but it was real dramatic about calling the girls D-list. But I feel like that's the place for some actors, actresses, and pop culture figures that have had their moment and they're not quite ready for this set just yet. That's how I leave it.
I agree with you. They do have, you know, kind of their stereotypical castmates. They have a reality star. They have someone that's kind of like old actor, actress that brings nostalgia to the show. They have some sort of politician, which gets me to my next point. Sources say that America's coronavirus expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, has declined, but he was considered for the show. Can you imagine him on stage right now waiting for America's vote? Like, come on. This is not what we need, right, Courtney? Like, this is not.
It's not.
No. So I'm happy he declined. It makes me feel safer about, you know, what's going on in the world, but I can't even imagine. V-Tribe, let us know, who would you like to see on Dancing with the Stars? Let us know, you know, would you like to see Carol Baskin or Chrishell, Anne Heche, any of these people? Are you excited for AJ? Backstreet Boy fans, let us know. Bachelorette fans, Bachelor Nation, Caitlin Bristow's on the show, so that's exciting. Let us know. Who would you like to see? But until then, let's get into this BTS news, because BTS has broken a record. This is crazy. It's the first band to rack up 100 million views on YouTube in 24 hours. That is insane. They broke BLACKPINK's record, of course, the female K-pop group, of 86.3 million, but making it the first to cross 100 million views in such a short time frame, 24 hours. Now, are we surprised about this news, Courtney? Let's talk. What do you think?
Not at all. First of all, shout out to the Army. If you are here and you're part of the Army, please leave purple hearts in the chat. Y'all know what time it is.
Yes.
I'm very excited for BTS, and I'm very excited for, I believe it's called Dynamite. The name is the name of the song. Right. Their first, like, all English, like their English single. Very big deal. I know that back in 2013 when I was listening to K-pop, people really weren't interested because they weren't singing in English. So it's nice to sort of come full circle where now everybody loves K-pop, and so much so that the big brands, you know, YG, Big Hit, and the girls are making sure that their groups are singing a little bit more in English. So if BTS is going to lead the wave, I'm not surprised. Congratulations to them. And this is exciting news. Alex, do you think that we'll see more groups, maybe not just K-pop groups, do you think we'll see more groups from outside of America, sort of this massive success? Like, where's the big Spanish group? Where's the big Spanish One Direction? Who are those people at? Where they at? There's been people in India. Where they groups at?
Well, they had, you know, CNCO is one of those groups. They've had some kind of, they had a Latin boy band that did perform well. They performed at Wango Tango and some of, you know, those radio type concerts, and they're doing really well in the Latin world and have kind of transitioned over to mainstream. But yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think we've seen this kind of wave of international kind of bands transition more into mainstream, and people want it. People are looking for it. So we see it right here. But just 100 million views. Like, we know being on YouTube, you know, you having your own channel, it's not easy to get views. It is not easy to get views, you know? So to rack up 100 million views just shows how much exposure and how much their fans, the BTS army, is ravenous. These K-pop fans are ravenous, and it's crazy to kind of watch them take over, but I love it, and I think they deserve it. I think they're very talented, so I'm excited about this news.
You know what it is, Alex, when it comes to views in YouTube? It's because the K-pop groups in general, not just BTS. I'm throwing BLACKPINK. I'm throwing Twice in there. I'm throwing everybody in there. TXT, even y'all know I love me some TXT.
Yeah.
Giving the audience what they want. You know, when you watch a K-pop video, or before you even click on it, you should already know what to expect, Alex. High energy, good fashions, amazing special effects. Like, you just know what to expect. And BTS has never, ever, 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 ever dropped. So when you give the people what they want, they will raise you up. So shout out to K-pop and BTS because they crushed this. Eyes closed, girl.
That is such a good point. I mean, their performances are so entertaining. It's colorful. Like, visually, you just want to watch it. So I understand how they got that many views. The music is good. The dancing is good. The fashion is good. So I'm all about the K-pop. So congratulations to them. It's very, very exciting. But let's move on to some couples news, because while some people are congratulating, some people are breaking up, and it's time for some couples Thera-Tea, because these are all the celebrity splits that happened during quarantine. This is pretty crazy. So quarantine hasn't been all about love. There have been several celebrities who have broken up. So right now we're going to take a look back at some of the celebrity couples that are no longer. And of course, T-Tribe, if there are any other celebrity couples that you know of, let us know in the chat that, you know, you were sad to see break up during this time. So let's take a look at some of these. So Chrissy Metz, for those that don't know, Chrissy's from This Is Us. Her and her boyfriend of 2 years, Hal Rosenfeld, broke up. This is fresh. This just happened August 21st. So they were together 2 years, and that's sad to hear. Kelly Clarkson and her husband filed for divorce in June. They were married 7 years. Then, of course, Bachelor Nation, Colton Underwood and Cassie Randolph broke up May 29th. After nearly 2 years together. Then Tracy Morgan and his wife, Megan Wolliver, at the end of July, announced they were getting a divorce. Pretty crazy. And then we talked about this on the show. YouTube star Joey Graceffa, Daniel Preda, announced July 12th in a very, very emotional YouTube video. And then Armie Hammer, any Call Me By Your Name fans, or Social Network, and Elizabeth Chambers, married 10 years, broke up early July. So this is pretty crazy. And then, you know, we talked about Sophia Richie and Scott Disick were on and off again, and it looks to be kind of official at this point. And then, of course, Miley and Cody earlier this month after spending quarantine together. So we've spoken about this. You know, quarantine, either make it or break it. You know, emotions are heightened. Fights are, there's a microscope on certain things your partner does. So like, I get why there can be some turmoil during this time. Were you really sad to see any specific one of these broken up, Courtney?
No. Obviously, it is unfortunate, Alex. You know, quarantine has been a tough time for some couples. And hopefully, you know, through the splits, they can find someone to help them unpack whatever baggage they have with them now.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear it. Of course, Kelly Clarkson one was sad, but like we said, we're going to get some good breakup songs out of it. So that's the only positive we can see there. And then, of course, being a fan of The Bachelor, the Colton and Cassie breakup was, you know, rocked people's world a little bit, but wasn't that shocking to me. So I'm just interested to see, you know, there's been a lot. I will say that. I see you in the chat, Kristen Cavallari, Jay Cutler. That was a tough one too. Lillian Cole, of course. Keisha Scott and Sophia, we just mentioned. Cassie says, first year of marriage, and we spent about half of it in quarantine, but we out here thriving. Congratulations, Cassidy. Shout out to you. Good job. You know, it is tough, but if you can make it through quarantine, you can make it through anything. That's what they say, right, Courtney?
And I'm doggy paddling, but I am making it, Alex Schiffman.
Yeah. Karina said that her and her old bed split, but it was a much needed split and she's happier in her new bed. And that's all that matters.
Damn. Come on, sweet dreams.
Yes. Well, speaking of relationships, listen to this. Jeffree Star has a rumored new man. So, and he wants you to know that he doesn't pay for anyone. So apparently Jeffree Star has a new man. He wants his followers to know he doesn't pay anyone to be with him. Over the weekend, he shared this PDA photo with a mystery man. Well, fans became PIs and figured out that it was basketball player Andre Marhold by his tattoos. That's pretty crazy. So Jeffree said, quote, "I know it's devastating news for some people, but I don't give money to anyone I'm dating or anyone who is bleep me. You can figure that out. T-Tribe, work on your own insecurities, sis. I'm not the problem." He seemed awfully defensive. How do you feel about this news? Do you, is it interesting that fans kind of found out, like they did detective work, found out through his tattoos? It's crazy, right?
I'm not surprised at all. First of all, Alex, the story here is not even about Jeffree Star having a new boyfriend. So let's call it what it is. The fact of the matter is the fact that Jeffree Star is a racist. And now all of a sudden he's hiring Megan Thee Stallion's and Nicki's ex-hairstylist that's black. And now all of a sudden he's allegedly, let me not get us in trouble, allegedly, in my own opinion, speculation, not confirmation, Courtney Revolution's opinion exclusively, hired this black man to play his boyfriend so that, you know, he can pander to the masses, get us to talk about him, which good job, Jeffree, because here we are. And he can get some attention for his new makeup palette. Now, some interesting things that y'all might want to know is that this basketball player does have an ex-girlfriend. This basketball player does have a child. So my question to you, Alex Schiffman and T-Tribe, is what role do you think that this ex-girlfriend and child will play in the relationship? Because the ex-girlfriend is already posting about it and she's saying she did not know. So how would you feel if you woke up and your ex-boyfriend was dating a racist? How would you feel?
I mean, I would be heartbroken. I understand. I saw that tweet. Yes, his ex-girlfriend posted like, I don't know the exact wording of it, so don't quote me, but something along the lines of, I didn't know I'd wake up to my ex.
I woke up this morning and my ex is sleeping with Jeffree Star. I didn't know that was going on. And we were all like,
right. No, it's interesting kind of what place they'll play. I've actually never heard, I follow the NBA, but I've never heard of this player, so I don't know much about him. But the whole thing is just crazy to me. And the timing of it, I agree with you, is very interesting for Jeffree Star to be posting this. I mean, this was for show. Like, he wouldn't post this without wanting people to speculate and figure this out and know this. So there was purpose behind this post, of course. Any celebrity that posts a photo with a significant other confirming or, you know, speculating they're dating someone, like, you know, there was some purpose behind this. So I think it's very interesting. I love that, you know, fans figure it out. I love when fans become detectives. Like, I think it's so cool. You know, Taylor Swift's fans are so good about that kind of stuff. And I love to see it, but I don't know. I think that it's interesting timing, to say the least.
Shout out to Karina. Because Alex, the way I was about to block somebody out the chat so fast, I'll be loving it when I'm about to get y'all. I know y'all can see it. Because I'll be like trying to be discreet and trying to get it. And all I see is the hidden by Karina. First of all, we don't need to use Selena Gomez for clout because we like Selena Gomez here at Hollyscoop. And if you watch more than one episode of this program, y'all would know that. But shout out to the Selenators. We'll be getting right to Selena in just a few moments. Hang tight and give this video a thumbs up if you're ready for BLACKPINK and Selena.
Exactly. But until then, also, Andre plays in the NBA. So it's kind of weird that he even said this, you know, caption, because of course, I'm sure he has his own coin from playing in the NBA, so he doesn't need Jeffree's money. Maybe they are doing well. Maybe they're in love. Yes.
I got the answer. They're not doing well. Can I tell you why? So we know that this is fake and it's a sham because we know that back when the whole Shane and Jeffree thing was going on, there was a beauty blogger named Cam Lester. It's a long story, Alex. I know it's a lot of moving pieces, but we know that this is not real because Cam Lester, who is a black beauty boy that was being allegedly used as a prop in Jeffree's advertising for his makeup, told the viewer while ago that Jeffree's team, when everything was falling out, Jeffree's team was scouting and hitting up all of the agencies and social media managers to see which person of color influencer would be seen with Jeffree. So this is all a stunt, y'all. It's confirmed. Cam Lesserton already told us that something like this would have happened like 2 months ago. So there it is. There's the tea, y'all. That's it.
Wow. Well, speaking of stunts, let's talk about a family that loves a little PR stunt, because we've gotten to that time in the show. Courtney, take it away, because it is time for our KarJenner tea time. Let's do it.
If you guys are ready for all of the tea from behind the KarJenner gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for KarJenner tea time. Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself.
Yes. All right. Well, kicking off KarJenner tea time is Kylie Jenner, who actually went somewhere other than Nobu the other night. This is some big news. Instead, she went to the West Hollywood hotspot Delilah on Saturday night. But check out this outfit she posted, because people are talking about it. Her Bottega Venetia knit bra cost a whopping $400. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Her Skims thong peeking out over her pants was only $14. What do you think about this look? Do you like this look? Courtney, you like the exposed thong? How do you feel about it?
I love it. Can I tell you why? There are 2 references that I'm going to pull for y'all that y'all may not know, and it's okay. I'm a very niche person when it comes to the pop culture. So first of all, well, let me just name the most iconic. If y'all have ever seen Degrassi, y'all know that there's a character named Manny Santos. And Alex, when Manny Santos walked up, Manny Santos, very cute, fuzzy character. There was a moment where she wanted to feel sexy. He showed up to school. Alex, I wish I could get up and show you. She had a little thong peeking up, and it's the most iconic shot in Degrassi history when she's walking down the hallway and you can't tell Manny nothing. And she's walking, but you can see the front of the thong is pulled up. Y'all know how the girls used to do. Yes. And yes, so I feel this. Kylie might have just watched that episode of Degrassi and said, you know what? It's time. Yes, I'm here for it.
Well,
I'm here for it.
I will say there are a lot of other celebrities that have worn it, like J-Lo's rocked this, Bella Hadid, Kim Kardashian, Hailey Bieber. It's coming back. But I will say, when I was young, like, if you wanted to be a little sexy, you just pulled up the thong a little bit with the front pants. Like, I know that, girls have the power to rock it, and I've seen it and I appreciate it. I just, I think you need. Personally, me, I would add a little class in that and stick it back in. But I don't necessarily love this outfit. I will say that it doesn't make sense to me. It's, it's a little confusing. I think Kylie has rocked way better outfits than this, but maybe she just wanted a casual look and a little exposed thong. That bra is just a little casual Saturday night thong exposure. We've all been there, right, Courtney?
Of course, girl. Listen, some days I go full on slave for you, girl. My thong be outside of the denim, girl. Walk up to Flaming Saddles like, man, what? Flaming Saddles, they closed down, girl. But before they closed down, girl, I might have had to show up in a slave for you, denim and pink thong moment, girl, sweating in the club, girl, like Britney.
Yeah, I mean. Personally, I think she already has the bod. Everyone's already looking. We don't need an extra exposed thong, but I get the fashion aspect of it, bringing it back to old school. I like the body chain edition. She made it a little classier. Listen, T-Tribe, let us know.
You're Tommy Pickles. I got the pen in it like it's a diaper. Not the pen, sweatpants, ma'am. Let us know.
Ooh, Alexis said it's old school Britney Spears. Great point. I think that's exactly why I wanted to wear it. I totally feel it. Thong to dong 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 brings me back.
No, she didn't.
That was such a honestly, I mean, we're talking girl groups. We're bringing back all these memories, the exposed thong. Why not bring back a little Cisco while we're at it? You know what I mean?
See if a silver scalp don't drop from the ceiling, girl. Don't make me say it like Candyman, girl, because I might.
T-Tribe, are you a Cisco fan? Let us know in the chat. Listen, I used to dance with my friends to that song like nobody's business. It's great.
I support it. I support it.
Listen, right? You just got to. But speaking of friends, these two BFFs just keep hanging out. Did you see the photos of Courtney and Addison? Because they're just hanging out every single day. It's crazy. They post poolside in these Instagram photos. Courtney captioned the photo, "Picture me, I picture you." Everyone on Instagram wrote, "The duo that I love." Another person wrote, "Okay, how can I be friends with both of you?" What do you think about their friendship, Courtney? Do you think that I still find this very odd? You know, like I see the part where maybe Addison's looking to Courtney as kind of an older sister or a mentor, or that kind of, because Addison is, if I'm not mistaken, the oldest of her family. So maybe she's looking or seeking for that guidance she's not getting, or maybe she just, she knows how powerful the Kardashians platform is and she wants to emulate that. I don't really know what's going on, but I still, it just fascinates me. How do you feel about this, Courtney?
Do you think that Addison's family and Chris are friendly and we're just not seeing that because they're adults?
Oh, I think it's just Addison. I don't really that. I mean, maybe they're working on something we don't know about, which will be, launched in years, which we've spoken about on the show. Maybe it's something we don't know, but I really just think it's Addison kind of going over there solo. And
well, what other friends her own age does Courtney have that we normally regularly see her with? Like with Kylie, we can go, oh, Stassi, oh, Sophia, even a little bit here and there, Victoria, even before she departed. Who hangs out with Courtney? That's her age or around.
Well, the 10 years. Simon Huck. It used to be like Larsa here and there. Dare I say it?
Larsa's done. But she's cooked.
Yeah, Larsa's done. So, I know sometimes she hangs out with Malika and Chloe and stuff like that. That's a good point. I don't know. I'm not.
See how you're able to name like Chloe's friends. Like Chloe has Malika, Tralika, Khadijah, even though it's only two of them as her friend. And it's like Kim has at least Food God, and we can name at least one or two. Yeah. Courtney, when I don't think of like who are her sidekicks, like who are her close people. I think of like young men, like real young men, and now
Harry Hudson.
What is Courtney have young energy that we don't know because we haven't been around her in person? I wonder.
Maybe. Of course, she's the mom of the family, or she was at least first. So she's always with the kids, and that's a good point. She hangs out with Harry Hudson a lot. She does have this young energy that she also is single. We can't forget that. So maybe she wants to, have that young energy around her. I don't think that's a bad thing. I know a lot of women that like to be around younger people and make them, or men, and just make them. Some people like that.
Alex, here's a perspective. Maybe, just maybe, and this is a little bit of a reach. My arm is a little achy today. Maybe Courtney woke up one day and said, you know what, with all of the drama going on with this younger generation of pop culture figures, maybe after meeting Addison, she was like, well, I'm going to protect this one. Y'all go ahead and do whatever y'all want to do, but this one we're going to keep safe because I really like her. She was nice to my kid. She came over and we had not nosy conversation. Maybe just been as simple as that. You know what I mean? Because I have people in the community that are younger than me that I'm like, okay, well, y'all can do whatever y'all gonna do, but this one, y'all not gonna take advantage of this one. You get what I'm saying? So I have those people. So I kind of get it a little bit.
Right. I agree with you on that. I think that Addison, from what, I see of her, is just a sweetheart. She seems like a really, really, really good person, has a good heart. She's not perfect. Everyone makes mistakes, but I think that she's also going through this public relationship with Bryce Hall, this other TikTok star. Maybe she's seeking out advice from Courtney with a public relationship. I think there's a lot. I think they have fashion, and you know, Addison started a new makeup line. Maybe she's just looking for a mentor. And that's, it could be as simple as that. And it doesn't have to be all creepy like we're making it. Maybe it's just like,
Yeah.
you know, I hung out with older people in my life when I was younger that I looked up to. And maybe it's just as simple as that. You're right, Courtney.
Because you got to
But,
think, imagine you're however old she is, and you just wake up and all of a sudden you got millions of dollars off of doing it.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you do? Where do you go? Who do you trust? Who do you, like, you know what I mean? I don't even know if I would trust a manager, accountant. Girl, you know, I watch all behind the music, girl. You know, they be thieving, girl. So she might, girl, anxiety. You know, the girls cry anxiety. So Courtney could help her keep a handle on that, girl. I just, actually, let me, girl, move on.
And we will say that, of course, we know that Mason probably has something to do with this, and they have a little crush. And I'm sure it doesn't help having, you know, beautiful Addison around, one of his favorite TikTok stars. So I think there's a lot of layers to them hanging out, but it still just fascinates me every time I see it. It's just crazy. And something else that's fascinating me right now is our OMT story of the day. Guys, we have made it. T-Tribe. We're talking about Selena Gomez, so get those crowns in the chat because I know you're excited for this Selena news. Selena and BLACKPINK's collab, Ice Cream, officially comes out Friday. This is very exciting. In a teaser video posted Sunday, Selena video chatted with the girls of BLACKPINK, if you missed it, and they talked about ice cream and their thoughts on it, their feelings. But the most exciting part about this is that Ariana Grande is a co-writer on the song, which we didn't know, along with her go-to collaborators, Victoria Monet, Tommy Brown, and they all shared their excitement on social media. So there's more than just Selena and BLACKPINK involved. Ariana's involved and these other collaborators. So I'm excited for this song. I think it's going to be great. And then the coolest part about this is in honor of the song's drop, which is called Ice Cream, Selena announced on Instagram that she is teaming up, partnering with ice cream brand Serendipities. And if you don't know what Serendipity is, it's a New York City restaurant, Serendipity 3. New York City restaurant Serendipity. It's known for its frozen hot chocolate and many delicious desserts. So she captioned this video you're watching right here in honor of the release of Ice Cream with BLACKPINK Official. I created Cookies and Cream Remix. Listen, I am a cookies and cream stan, so I'm down for this. It's made with pink vanilla ice cream as a nod to the girls, of course, of BLACKPINK. And then she went on to say in the video, this is my flavor at Serendipity. It's called Cookies and Cream Remix. That's me on the box, and it has pink vanilla ice cream with thick fudge swirl and brown cream-filled cookie pieces. So basically, it's heaven, and every bite is delicious. I mean, making me starving right now. I think this is so exciting. How do you feel about this news, Courtney? Tell me everything. I can't wait to hear your reaction.
I'm very excited. I'm very glad. Thank the Lord for Selena Gomez doing more than the bare minimum. You know, I kind of feel like, excuse me, a lot of artists, they do the merch thing, which is totally fine. Live for the merch. You know, Lady Gaga came out with the jock straps, girl. Nicki Minaj might come out with a jacket. We talked about Cardi coming out with the little raincoats, I think it was. So this is like something good. Instant gratification. You go and get your ice cream. You love it. You listen to the song. I'm sure that this is going to be a hit. You get what I'm saying? Also, Victoria Monet. She is so mega talented. Love Ariana Grande. She's talented as well, but I was very excited to see that Victoria Monet is getting mentioned and a nod. She just put out an amazing project. I believe it's called Jaguar, and it was everything. So that makes me feel even more confident to sit here and tell the T-Tribe that this is something that you're not gonna want to miss. And that ice cream sounds good. You like Cold Stone, Alex?
Oh, I love Cold Stone. There was a Cold Stone in Calabasas where I grew up, right in the Commons, which is our shopping center. And so many Friday nights after a movie, I spent there making my birthday remix or whatever, you know, their flavors.
That's my favorite.
So good. So good. But this kind of reminds me of Cold Stone. You're right. When you talk about all the different kind of flavors to it. The biggest question, Courtney, is we know Ariana is a co-writer, but do you think we're going to get a little whistle on the track? Do you think Ariana may be featured? Will it go that far?
I don't think Ariana is featured. I feel like that they would be letting that news leak if she were featured. I
Yeah.
do want to throw it back to some mess, Alex, and I would like to ask you and the T Tribe a question. If this were an anime, I would have that twinkle in my eye like Team Rocket. Ding!
Yeah.
T Tribe and Alex, don't you find, and this is not me being negative, I just, you know what we do here, or what we have done here. Don't y'all find it very interesting that Justin Bieber came out with Yummy with the ice cream, and now we have Selena Gomez releasing ice cream? Don't y'all find that to be very interesting? Do you think that that could have been Selena pressing her foot on Justin's neck to let him know who the queen is? Huh. I did think that was very interesting.
That is a very interesting factoid, Courtney. But I think Selena is too smart to kind of let him release that and then release ice cream. I feel like it's too on the nose. I feel like our queen is better than that. Don't you think? I feel like it's just a coinky dink. And to make it even better, she released ice cream with it to kind of just further that this was her idea and I already have this investment and here it is. Joy.
Alex, I'm telling you right now, in another life, the title of this video would have been Selena Gomez shades Justin Bieber with new BLACKPINK collab and ice cream. I'm telling you, y'all know in a different life, that would have been the title of this video. And I didn't realize until we were talking about the ice cream that I said, hold on, wait a minute. There's a reach there.
Yeah, you know? Girl, you got that yummy ice cream coming in on Friday.
Wow. So I don't think that's shady, but I do think that it is a very curious winky dink for sure.
It is.
That Justin came out with his whole ice cream thing, and now Selena said, "Oh, y'all can have the scraps. We've got the top tier serendipity ice cream." Because for real, Alex, all jokes aside, I've grown up with my mother telling me about serendipity and how iconic that it is. So I'm actually very excited. Also, Karina's reminding us to do shots, and I literally forgot. So shout out to you, Karina.
Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you, Karina. Let's take a shot to, this Selena news, of course, her BLACKPINK collab and her new delicious ice cream. I wish we had a little scoop of that as well, and our twin shots, because that's how we do it. So cheers to Selena, cheers to the T Tribe, cheers to everyone. What a Tequila Tuesday, of course. We know that we love to have Selena news on Tequila Tuesday because that just makes it so much better. I see you in the chat. You guys are Wesley saying this revenge is so yummy, yummy, yummy.
I know what time it is.
That's still going on. Well, honestly, let us know. Do you think that this is shade? Do you think it's just a coincidence? Of course, we love to hear all your thoughts about our OMT and any of the stories we talked about today on the show, because we spilled a lot of tea. But on that note, that's the show for today, for this Tequila Tuesday. I mean, I hate to go. We hate to go. But don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, for What Wesley Say Wednesday. And he always has a lot to say. But until we're back tomorrow, don't forget to check out the Celeb Bites on the Hollyscoop channel right here, right after the show. And if you're here, subscribe button and tap. Share your thoughts. We love to hear all your thoughts. And Courtney, if they're new here, let them know where they can find you.
If you're looking for more pop culture mess and videos, as well as to find me on social media, be sure to just type in Courtney Revolution. Take that name and type it up top. All my videos come right up.
Yes. And of course, I'm Alex Schiffman. You can follow me on all social media at Alex Schiffman. And we'll see you tomorrow. On that note, Courtney, take us out because I think it's time to wash our hands a little bit.
Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for What Wesley Say Wednesday. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your